Fashion with the Made in Kazakhstan label. The leading and aspiring Kazakh fashion industry designers. Fashion Week reviews, the latest trends, and pointers from the stylists. All your news from the world of fashion and beauty on Fashion Guide.
In today's program, fashion from the Silicon Valley, winter collection of Salta brand, cap, fashion accessory of winter, Kazakhstan Fashion Week, Spring-Summer 18 in Astana. Islamic art inspires world designers. In the modern world, you need to be mobile, and for an active lifestyle and constant travel, you need practical clothing of good quality. The industrial engineer and entrepreneur born in Kazakhstan, Nazim Paltashev, thinks so, who is also the founder of the first fashion brand in the Silicon Valley. I thought it would be interesting to create a brand that would meet the needs of those people who travel a lot. Let it be business trips, let it be trips for vacation, but clothes should be multifunctional. But at the same time, let our customers look elegant and fashionable. We want our clients to always get down from a mall straight to the ball. The first product of the Kazakh brand was jeans. It is a favorite element of the wardrobe in Silicon Valley. Here, men very rarely wear suits and women practically do not wear dresses and heels. And so universal jeans is the best option. They reflect the spirit of the valley and the real nomad who is constantly on the move.
We really wanted to showcase the modern man, that he's always on the run, he's always on the road, but you can have fashionable denim, and what does this wardrobe look like? These are very timeless pieces. You can pair them with a blazer, you can wear them more casual.
Among the admirers of the soul of Nomad brand are businessmen, engineers, sportsmen, and billionaires. Jeans are already appreciated by the engineer Elon Musk and actor Keanu Reeves. Many people are attracted by the basic color palette and a simple silhouette, but the main feature is the strength of the material.
Actually, the great part about these jeans has a little bit of elastic in it. Has 1% in it, so if you're on a 10-hour flight from Frankfurt to Almaty, you can wear these and you're going to be able to have a little bit of breathability as well as stay looking fresh as well.
Brand manufacturers are approaching every detail with engineering accuracy. So for example, the authors conducted a whole study on the convenient and easy use of a zip fastener. As a result, strong buckles were decided to be made of pink gold. The founders of the brand characterized Soul of Nomad as a lifestyle-style brand. Therefore, the next products of the brand are luxury suitcases, bags, and backpacks. The travel collection also combines the innovative design of Silicon Valley and the skill of Italian manufacturers. As a result, the owners of the products receive suitcases from scratch-resistant leather and noiseless wheels. According to Nazim, while creating the accessories, we took into account the maximum comfort. Electronic devices can be placed in such a way that they can be easily accessed. For example, in America, you always go through very strict control. In order not to pull anything out, you have a secret here. Just lay out. Here's a laptop, you throw it, and it just goes to the scanner. You do not need to pull it out separately. The next step of the team will be the creation of coats, jackets, and sweaters for travel. Also, we're waiting for the launch of the women's collection of skinny jeans. It will also transmit the philosophy of perpetual motion. Minimalism, ideal cut, and oriental motifs, these components accurately describe the Kazakhstan brand Salta. For 10 years, designer Saltanat Muhamedova pleases fans with clothes for every day. This year, the brand also had a line of swimsuits. Secrets of the success of collections from Salta are creative solutions and European avant-gardism, and the new winter collection was no exception. First of all, this is a collection about me. This is what I want to wear. This is how I want to look this winter. Volumetric warm jackets, coats, fur swatches. This is all that I want to wear today. In winter of 2017, Saltanat follows the trends of eco mode, and instead of real fur, she uses artificial ones. In the collection, there are two-sided sweaters, quilted skirts, and suede down jackets. Oversized was the starting point for the collection. I wanted to feel warm. I wanted to envelop myself with a large blanket, as some people call such jackets. First of all, warmth, comfort, coziness, and my favorite, oversize. Why am I choosing Salta? Because this is freedom. There is nothing you hold with straps, blouses, which are strict style. In every collection of Salta, there are scarves. In the new season, the model transformers are in trend. They can be worn as a vest or bolero. Things, transformers, this is another trend of the brand. This is my favorite device. This is when we can wear one model in different ways, 2 or 3. Sometimes I cannot even recognize my clothes on someone because the client includes fantasy and comes up with what and how to wear it. And yes, it works. It is one of our methods. Many of Salta models move from collection to collection, but in a new interpretation. For example, already beloved by many dresses, bags can be made of different fabric and accessories in a new color. In the new season, for the first time in the history of the Salta brand, the designer presented shoes for the winter. Models in the style of Ugi are made of natural sheepskin and decorated with hand-embroidered embroidery. I added embroidery. This is not a national embroidery, but it has an oriental mood and bright colors. Shoes are pretty self-sufficient. It can be worn not only with our collection, it can be worn with everything. The color range of the collection is rather restrained. These are shades of khaki, military, and classic black. Such a palette emphasizes the sports urban style of this Kazakhstan brand. In the new season, designers also presented a huge number of headdresses for every occasion, from a practical sports cap to an elegant hat. But the real fashionable breakthrough in the world of fashion were peak caps. They are decorated with stripes, appliques, patterns of beads and beads. An element of the officer image is also presented by Kazakhstan designers. So the brand, La Roche, offers exquisite woolen models with embroidery. It is made of fiber with the addition of lurex, that is, it's Italian lurex fibre. And around it is embroidered with a small black bead. It is the mixture of Italian lurex and beads that gives us such a lace effect. A fashionable cap softens facial features and makes the image more expressive at any age. This stylish accessory will complement both the casual image and business suit. Cap can be combined with romantic dresses, wide trousers, or a military-style coat. In winter, a fashionable hat is better combined with warm scarves. This trend is supported by the authors of another Kazakhstan brand of hats, Anna Bask. Snoods are very popular. They are very functional and beautifully complemented. They are warmed well. Now there is no such binding that, for example, I have a hat, a scarf should be the same. Berets are no less important. Their popularity began in 2015 with the appearance of this headdress in the Gucci collection. In the new season, at the show, Dior's aristocratic image of the artist was supplemented with leather berets. Also, the model of full or wool are very popular. Berets are presented in different variations. This felt, that is, a molded beret in different colors. Also, there are berets of knitwear, knitted jersey. There are berets of fur, karaku, and sheepskin. When choosing a beret, you need to consider the shape of your head and the facial features. If it's round, choose medium-sized models. Girls with an elongated and thin face should wear voluminous berets from light fabrics. In the new season, stylists and designers offer to pick up stylish accessories for headwear. Our beret is made of perforated eco leather, which gives it a daring rock and roll look. Next comes a skinny scarf with a fringe of glass beads. Looks very cool. To it, I attached a brooch with hand embroidery in the form of a bee on a corded silk ribbon in the form of a bow. A basque with embroidery in the form of a dragon complements the image. Hats with a veil will add a touch of mystery ARUA. Such hats you can go to the theater or on a date. A huge number of fashionable headdresses and accessories gives the opportunity for girls to experiment with images throughout the winter. And in Astana, people are ready to meet the spring of 2018. Kazakhstani and foreign designers presented collections for the next season at the Kazakhstan Fashion Week in the capital. Clients love ZUKHRA ZHANGURAZOVA for feminine outfits, and she does not change her style. Favorite clothes for the designer, skirt. There was a place in line for trousers too. Moreover, ZUKHRA was inspired by Nefertiti. According to legend, she was the main beauty of ancient Egypt. I released a collection borrowing elements from her style, image, headdress, and character first. If you notice, there are such chips as the python, the leopard, all that was in Egypt at that time. Gold, patina. Accordingly, the color palette is terracotta. It's sand, it's gold and bronze. Such nice tones, and of course, there is blue. So, blue, royal blue. Brand Station also offers to meet the next season in absolutely feminine outfits, only dresses and skirts with silk tops. As an addition to the images, capes from organza. But the designers of the brand warn under all this airiness, there is a strong character of their heroine. We called our collection Scarlet in honor of the movie Gone with the Wind, where there's the main character Scarlett O'Hara. But we decided to take features of her character for our collection. This was the inspiration because we wanted to show today our viewers how it is possible to be simultaneously tender, feminine, and temperamental. That a woman can be different. Brand Samidel conveyed the mood of spring with abstract ideas. In these drawings, you can see the works of contemporary artists and national patterns. The main color of the collection is blue, as well as all its shades. The collection was dedicated to the birth of a daughter. The basis was a butterfly. Butterfly, this is the basis of a new life. The collection was romantic. We also used the author's print and made embroidery. We made embroidery on tulle, on organza, also made pleating from organza and from tulle. We are trying to create a unique canvas with our own hands. Many blue, and sand colors were used in the collection of designer Frederico Baracco. Young talent was invited to Kazakhstan in the framework of the K-Capsule project. Korlan Madi Model was the author of it.
I mixed two different kind of inspiration. The first one was the natural, genuine aspects. The second part is more artificial. The fabrics also is, for example, the lurex, the laminated fabrics. I mixed the fabrics from different kind of nature. We can find two different families, two chromatic families in the collection. The first one is for the blues, so recall to the sky, the sea, this color, and the other one recall to earth.
In this season, the organizers of Kazakhstan Fashion Week Astana prepared a surprise for the designer participants. Each presented collection was professionally evaluated by invited fashion experts. Thus, the designers were given the opportunity, if necessary, to finalize their rulers before exposing them in showrooms. Postmortem is conducted by the professor and creative director of the Institute of European Design, our partner. For each look, for each collection, for each clothing model. I think that for our designers, this is very important, since knowledge is not enough. However, the post-mortem was not so terrible as it was expected by fashion designers. All collections as a whole received a good evaluation. This means that Kazakhstan's fashion figures have precisely defined the trends of the spring of 2018 and are ready to please customers with actual images. Designers often find their inspiration in the works of artists. There are many examples in the world when art and fashion industry cooperate with each other. Brands Undercover, Moschino, Just Cavalli, Victor and Rolf, Come de Garcons, and many others often turn their collections into artifacts for galleries, using allusions to the works of famous authors. Quite often, European fashion designers turn to new ideas for the East. Calligraphy, ornaments, wall paintings inspire for new prints, forms, and colors. The modern Arab culture perfectly copes with this task. When I started to be interested in this topic, I noticed that girls of the East, especially bloggers, they want to be fashionable without breaking their rules. Therefore, we made such notes. Perhaps they will be accepted, maybe someone will not understand. But I think that we did not break the rules, we did not open the body. We did not do anything wrong, we just made it fashionable. One of the largest collections of Islamic art is stored in London at the Victoria and Albert Museum. For the first time, a part of this exposition was presented this year in Kazakhstan. These are the works of the finalists of the 4th Jamil Prize. It is awarded to contemporary artists and designers who create their works inspired by Islamic traditions and art. This competition was established in 2006 in partnership with the organization Art Jamil. Its goal is to show the rich cultural heritage of the East.
British design was in fact influenced by ideas taken from Islamic design. Mr. Jamil was aware that many artists and designers around the world are using ideas drawn from Islamic tradition in the creation of their work. One of the aspects of the Jamil Prize exhibitions is they're very varied in terms of the type of work represented, but also they're very varied in the ideas behind those works. And this reflects the huge richness of the Islamic tradition from the past. I mean, it's a tradition that's lasted more than 1,400 years.
The Victoria and Albert Museum is the world's largest repository of arts and crafts and design. The museum was founded in 1852. Among its exhibits, hundreds of paintings, dozens of sculptures, a theater collection, ceramics, furniture, and even fabrics. As for the exhibition of Islamic art, which the Victoria and Albert Museum brought to Kazakhstan, its mission is to show the possibility of a dialogue between the cultural heritage of Islam and creative industries. Islamic art in its time inspired for the new work of Matisse himself. In the 21st century, abstract motifs in the works of original artists are of no less interest. The exposition presented in Kazakhstan consists not only of paintings, collages of paper, ceramics, book illustrations, videography, and even a puppet theater. Here we see 11 artists from different countries, including even those that do not practice Islam, such as Britain and Brazil. And we see that all the same, the tradition of the art of Islam, which is close to us, that these traditions somehow manifest in their art. In modern art, there is one more rule. Content is more important than a form. To understand what the author wanted to say is simpler if you know at what time he created his masterpiece, what public challenge he wanted to answer. For example, you do not immediately understand why this strange semblance of carpet, the work of the winner of the Jamil Prize. And the explanation says that author Ghulam Mohammed thinks over the connection between language and identity. The artist cuts out the words from the Urdu text and compiles them in a new order in the form of a paper collage.
You can't read anything because all of the letters are mixed up, so it's just the general effect. Quality of his production is very high, so that they look very beautiful, but also they have a meaning for the artist. And it's to do with the use of different languages in Pakistan. Because like in Kazakhstan, there are different languages in use which reflect the recent history of the country. So you have English, which is spoken by a minority, but the minority are quite powerful. Then you have Urdu, which is the national language, which is spoken in the northern part of Pakistan. But then you have other languages which are spoken by people who don't necessarily understand Urdu.
The work of the Brazilian artist Lucia Koch is more of an installation. It is called Showcase, and visitors to the exhibition can create with it. Moving the frames in random order, they receive a magical shadow painting on the wall. The weather in southern Spain and Portugal, it is as hot as in Brazil, so people make specific grids to protect themselves from the sun. This culture, borrowed from Portugal and southern Spain, was later implemented in Brazil. And so the artist made such interesting design grids.
И поэтому художница вот сделала такие интересные дизайнерские решетки.
These works can inspire several new collections at once. First, artists rethink the culture and trends in society and express their thoughts through art. And then the designers interpret these ideas in their own way and create trend clothes. This cooperation has been going on for several decades, and it is unlikely that it will run out of its possibilities.